Welcome to Manaus, the gateway to the Amazon. When I first came to Manaus, what drew me here was the Amazon itself, the idea of being close to the largest rainforest in the world. But what I didn't expect was how much more there was to this city. Manaus is unlike anywhere else I've ever been in Brazil. The culture, the rhythm, even the food, everything feels distinct, raw, and deeply connected to nature. It's not just a gateway to the Amazon, it's a world of its own. From its historic theater district and riverfront markets to jungle experiences and festivals that show just how alive this city truly is. Now let's dive into the soul of the Amazon. If you're trying to decide on a hotel, I highly recommend Vila Amazônia, the high-end boutique hotel perfectly located just steps away from the Amazon Theater. It's not only an extremely comfortable place to stay, but they have a cause. They use tourism as a force for conservation. Through the Ana Villanas Institute, founded in 2022, part of their income supports education, health, sustainable development, environmental protection, and Amazon's research in riverside communities. It features an exotic pool surrounded by lush vegetation, blending luxury with the spirit of the rainforest. A peaceful retreat right in the city's heart. And later on in this video, we'll taste some incredible Amazonian cuisine. Fresh, flavorful, and full of surprises. Breakfast included in the daily rate and served a la carte at the Bistro offers a taste of local culture with dishes like shish kabuquim and authentic Amazonian açaí alongside international options. Right beside Hotel Vila Amazônia, the heart of Manaus, the historic theater district. This is easily one of the best areas to stay as a tourist. It's safe, alive, and full of energy. On the weekends, there's always something going on. You'll spot plenty of other travelers among the locals. The first weekend I was there, the plaza in front of the theater hosted the latest edition of the Amazon Poranga Fashion, a major open-air fashion show held at Largo de São Sebastião in early October, featuring more than 20 Amazonian brands, an exhibition of photographic work called Tecendo Imagens. Every single week in the theater area, there is some sort of cover band or live show going on. I was lucky enough to catch a live band covering one of my favorite Brazilian artists, Legião Urbana. This place proves that you never know what vibe will hit next. Just a stone's throw from the theater is a charming cafe tucked inside the historic zone. It's a perfect mix of culture, chill, and people watching. If you're hungry, right here in the same district is Tambaqui da Banda, a standout restaurant inspired by the region's river flavor cuisine. The restaurant is a favorite for both locals and travelers alike. The place offers live music and a terrace overlooking the square. And later on in this video, we'll dive deeper into the famous Festival Folkloric de Parintins, one of Brazil's largest cultural festivals. Wow. This is it, guys. This is it. To add an extra layer of flavor, here's a banana. You have to take off the banana peel in order to mix it in with the food. And it's delicious when you do that. Wow. Incrível. Incredible. This is so good. Fitz Carraldo Bistro is considered to be one of Manaus' top restaurants. Offers an exceptional dining experience. What's up, you guys? Back at the hotel. I'm at the restaurant inside of the hotel called Bistro Fitz Carraldo.
The vibe here is just unmatched. Here we got such a charming setting. I'm really excited to try this food. Everything is sourced from Manaus.
Anywhere between international to local and exotic flavors, they have what you want.
That's it. I'm dropping everything. I'm moving to the Amazon. The food here is incredible. There's nothing like it. Wow. I'm very impressed. Damn. I've never had anything like this in my life. This is amazing. Wow. Wow. Okay, yeah. You absolutely have to come here and try this food. The textures, the flavors are so exotic. Wow, I am just blown away. This is really good food here. Muito obrigado por ter criado uma coisa incrível assim.
Eu que agradeço a sua presença. Me permitir te servir e mostrar um pouquinho da Amazônia para você. Aproveite agora a sobremesa com um pouquinho de fumaru, né? E um pouquinho da farinha da Amazônia, que é a farinha de tapioca.
Alright, gonna try the dessert now. Get out of here, this is so good. Incredible, incredible. Come to Manaus and come to this restaurant. This restaurant is incredible. The appetizer was like nothing I've ever had in my life. The fish was incredible, probably the best fish I've ever had in my life. And the dessert was incredible. I'm 100% satisfied. You guys have to come here and try this food. They're gonna take care of you, I guarantee it.
Welcome to the historic Mercado Adolpho Lisboa, right on the banks of Rio Negro in downtown Manaus. Inside you'll find everything: fresh Amazon River fish, local fruits and spices, indigenous handcrafts, herbal medicines, a true sensory dive into the region. Just a short walk away from Adolpho Lisboa Market, you'll find the Church of Our Lady of the Conception, one of the most beautiful and important churches of Manaus. Built in the late 1800s with neo-Gothic towers and stained glass, it's a reminder of the city's rubber boom era elegance. I know when we travel we try to stay away from shopping malls, but this one is worth it. Manauara Shopping, a luxurious feel mall in Manaus. Inside, you'll find premium stores, modern dining, and open-air terraces overlooking garden areas. It's upscale, comfortable, and unlike the typical shopping mall. The design features a preserved forest ecosystem built into the shopping terraces. The Arena da Amazônia in Manaus stands as the modern landmark, built for the 2014 FIFA World Cup and hosting national matches and events. With seating over 40,000, the locals say the live shows here are an amazing time. Here we have Lagoa Azul Verde, I'm not going to enhance the color at all, and this was taken on a cloudy day, and the water is still vibrant blue-green. I mean, I don't know what else I could tell you. This place you cannot miss. It's open daily from early morning. It's perfect for cooling off, spending time with family, and enjoying the Amazon sun outside the urban center. Here we have MUSA, the Museum of the Amazon. MUSA feels almost like a simulation of the Amazon forest. Oh wait, it is the Amazon forest. You walk along jungle trails surrounded by the same plants, insects, and sounds you'd find deep in the wild. Throughout the park there are observatories for snakes, frogs, insects, fungus, and orchids, each showing in a different side of the rainforest's life. And when you reach the top of the tower, the view makes you realize this isn't just a museum, it's the Amazon itself.
Woo! Damn. Not easy, but it was worth it. Woo!
Next up, PalFcio Rio Negro, once the residence of a wealthy German robber baron and later the official home of the governors of Amazonas. Built in 1903, this mansion is a stunning blend of European architecture and Amazonian history. Today, it serves as a cultural center and a museum, showcasing art, historic furniture, and photographs from the city's golden rubber era. It's free to visit, and beyond beauty, it offers a quiet glimpse into how Manaus once stood as one of the richest cities in South America. If you're trying to hit up local spots unique to this area, you should check out some flutuantes, floating restaurants, bars, and clubs around the river. As dusk falls over Rio Negro, the floating restaurants and bars come alive. You'll find venues moored on the river offering cocktails, DJ sets, and sunset views. A vibrant mix of water culture and nightlife. Ponta Negra Beach is a weekend hotspot. Families arrive early, food stalls line the waterfront, kids play, and the vibe shifts into a relaxed evening stroll. This is a great spot for quick bites, live street music, or soaking up the riverfront energy. It is where weekend Manaus comes alive. During my visit in Manaus, I was lucky enough to participate in a rehearsal of the Festival Folkloric de Parintins. The festival celebrates the folk tale of the Boi Bumba, a legend about a resurrected ox combining indigenous, African, and European cultural roots. It formally started in 1965 in Parintins, which isn't too far away. Over time, it evolved into a major cultural event. Two main groups, Boi Garantido in red and Boi Caprichoso in blue, compete in dramatic performances of this myth, each telling variations of the legend and incorporating rainforest, indigenous, and river themes. It's a way for the Amazon region to express its identity, folklore, nature, community, and myth. Every year at the end of June, the small Amazon town of Parintins transforms. Drums, dancers, myth, and color. The story they tell is ancient, born in the forest about life, death, and resurrection. For the locals, this is more than a show. It's identity, it's heritage. And for us, visiting from the outside, it's a chance to step into a world where myth meets river, rainforest meets community. Alright guys, sadly it is my last day here in Manaus. I honestly became really attached to this place. This place is amazing. So many things to do. The people here are extremely down to earth. For the people that want excitement in their life, stop doing the same trips. Come to Manaus, Brazil, the gateway city to the Amazon. Spend some time here, eat the food, get to know the people. The most exotic place I've ever been to. It's just a wonderful place to be. If you really want to enhance your experience here in Manaus, come to Vila Amazônia. This hotel is incredible. The restaurant here is amazing. You have to come to the restaurant here, I'm telling you. No questions. That on its own will enhance your experience here. The chef is a creative genius, I'm telling you. Hopefully for the people that are curious about visiting this area, this video will help you out about the various destinations around, the food, and how to get around. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.